There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks. Welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmother Hoop coming at you from the temples of Brendok for the Ascension, because we're all ascending here, for we're here to talk about episode 3 of Star Wars, The Acolyte. That's right, folks. Star Wars is back with their third episode of the 6 live-action series from Disney Plus, and we're here to discuss. We discussed the premiere last week, the 2-episode premiere. We had a lot to say, not much positive, but we had high hopes going into the rest of the series. With me, as always, is DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, were some of your hopes lifted after watching episode 3 of The Acolyte?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on now.
They were not. Not to say there was some interesting bits in there. Interesting, keyword interesting. The question of me being engaged is another factor. Kind of like a long thread. Thread. That's the
thread. You can pull the thread.
You can pull the thread. A thread from episode 1 and 2. Episode 1 and 2 were boring. 3, I'm kind of in the same boat. There were some interesting bits, like with the whole concept of like magic with a K being introduced, kind of reintroduced back into the series, right? Through the Night Sisters. That's what I got from this.
We'll get into it.
But outside of that, yeah, it's I'm not feeling it. This is the 3rd episode. Not yet.
Okay. Well, we are not alone in today's venture into a galaxy far, far away. Let's hear what supernovas will be joining us tonight. Alrighty, now hear me, hear ye. Dr. Mondo and Toasty, y'all weren't here last week. Briefly, can you hone us into your initial take on episodes 1 and 2 before we deep dive episode 3 here?
Okay, so I think it started off good, like with the action sequences, with like that initial action sequence. I was like, okay. It all went downhill after that. And they could easily have done a really interesting plot with regards to the twins not being twins and just being the same person, but they don't even know it and you don't know it as well. But hey, that's maybe above them. Or they just like went the easy, you gotta be kidding. Oh, she has a twin. But yeah, it's just disappointing. And this episode kind of followed along the same lines. I think we all have the same backgrounds, which kind of says one thing. That only a single.
Well, Toasty has a Wookiee.
Oh, that's true. Look at that. Wow, 2 things happen in this episode.
Toasty, what's that Wookiee's name?
It must be trash, because that's what this episode was. That's all it is.
Yeah, like, fully agree. Like, I wasn't engaged at all. I think I started watching it, then like went on my phone, tuned in, went on my phone. It's like I wasn't engaged at all.
Toasty, what about you? First 2 episodes, did they do anything for you?
Actually, I enjoyed the first 2 episodes more because something happened in the first 2 episodes. This one just felt like a filler arc, and nothing happened. We didn't learn anything. There was no progression, and I feel the entire 40-minute episode could have been 5 minutes.
You wanted a 5-minute backstory flashback?
No.
Yes.
Honestly,
yeah, it could have been 5 minutes.
Honestly, I think we didn't even need it. It's like I'm gonna go with like this episode shouldn't have even existed.
We
It's
got to
like,
learn the mystery of why May burned down the village.
Well,
We
yeah,
still don't
you
know.
you can put a freaking flashback in another episode. You don't need to put a 40-minute episode where we're like, oh, there was a fire, which we know there was a fire.
So you wanted like maybe bits and pieces like breadcrumbs throughout the season.
Yeah, like just put breadcrumbs. It's like and leave it like kind of like leave it up to you to kind of like fill in the gaps, and then at the end, everything comes together, and you're like, oh, and you're fed what they want you to be, what they want you to eat.
Interesting.
But instead, like, no, let's just put it all in there, and nothing happened. Just as Toasty said.
I feel like Grandmaster, he's awfully quiet because he's waiting to say, this episode was so good. I loved it.
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go off all you want.
This is an
there
8
are
out of
good
10.
things.
This is
I
an
think
8 out of 10 for him.
No, I'm not even here to rank. I'm here to talk about the bigger picture. There are good things that happen in this episode, and there are breadcrumbs throughout this episode. Structurally, could they have done it differently for a better engaging outing? Yeah, absolutely. I agree. However, I think y'all are missing some cool things that happen here. Some cool things did happen here.
I said there were cool things.
The grander.
Yeah, name one.
Okay, well, here, let's get into this. Let's get into this because it is a short.
Can't even
episode.
answer the questions.
No, we'll get into it.
Well, hold on. Let me explain.
Oh, hold on. Let me think about it.
I want to build this. So let's build this. Yes, this is a full-on flashback episode. Interesting choice for yes. Not much actually took place during this flashback. We're on the planet of Brendok, and we get to see young Osha and young May. All right. Played by actually twin actresses. I was watching it with Apex, and he said, oh, cool. It's Twitches.
Gross.
2024. And I said, please don't ever say that again. But I also said that's actually pretty good.
Wow.
But Twitches, because I think this is the first time they used the term witches. Yeah. I know in the previous 2 episodes they mentioned mothers, which you know, for any fans of Star Wars, mothers could easily refer to the witches of Dathomir. You know,
the Night Sisters.
The Night Sisters, correct. They drop mother, here they drop witches. So I think that's kind of the big kind of connective tissue here to the grander Star Wars universe. That this is a coven of witches, not necessarily the Sisters of Dathomir, but it's a coven. And this is what I found to be the most intriguing, is kind of what is the galaxy in the High Republic with regards to other Force users? This is where my mind goes, and this is what hooks me. Did y'all not care?
No.
I would have cared.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Went a little bit deeper into that because, like, sure, it's like, oh, okay, so maybe there's like sects of Force users out there, like Jedi's being one, the Siths being another, the mothers of like Dathomir, the witches. I'm all for that. I'm cool with that.
That's cool.
But here's the thing: just you telling me that that's there and not doing anything with it, it's like, okay, thanks.
It's surface level. It's not
now
interesting.
What?
They have that scene where the Jedi being creeps, like, first off, about like, we don't abduct children, but come over here, children. Like,
yes, we'll take care of you.
We'll take care of the children. But hold on. The Jedi went to take those kids, and well, first Carrie Ann Moss says, are you training children here? And then one of the mothers said, no, we're not. But then the Wookiee smelled like a child somewhere, and then Carrie Ann Moss says, the High Republic, you know what the High Republic says about you people trading children. And right before she even said what the High Republic thought is, or not the High Republic, but the Jedi, the government. I'm like, oh yeah, tell me what is it? Tell me what it is that they have issues with. You don't get anything. You don't get anything. And I don't think they're gonna tell you. I don't think they're gonna tell you it at all.
I disagree. So
that's not breadcrumb. That is not breadcrumbs.
No. I don't think they're trying to just exposition dump everything here. Clearly, there's something bigger going on with regards to the Jedi and other Force users and their role in the galaxy. And I'm fine with them not giving us all the answers here. I'm fine with that. I feel that was enough for me.
No.
Because what it appears is because you had Torben, who we didn't mention, that's Toman Baratheon from
that's Toman Baratheon.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's him. He was ready to whip it out, you know? Because I think protocol is to kind of
attack,
ask questions later, stab first.
That doesn't seem very Jedi.
It doesn't, which is what I'm like, okay, because like you said, Master Indara was like, whoa. We don't want any violence.
We do not do that here.
Well, I think to me, it feels like there is a mythos regarding how the Jedi handle other Force users. And I'm curious more to see how this plays out. But yeah, I agree. Jedi's approach is still problematic.
No, like the Jedis are the it's hypocritical imperialism.
Correct.
Like, they just oh yeah, we want justice for all, blah blah blah, peace in the fair world, but hey, we'll kill anyone. It sounds like very much like a country, that exists in the world.
It's not only that. Like when you think about it, they went out of their way to go to a secluded planet for 2 kids.
Yeah.
How creepy is this? Tell me there was no other kid around the world that you could go after.
Soul in the beginning of the episode, he was hiding behind a tree.
Yes, he's like, creeping on them.
I'm like, what is this? What is he doing? Like, let them have their fun. Like, let them frolic in the witches' coven or whatever. They
were not frolicking.
Either way, it's like,
they were
why
torturing that little bird thing?
No, okay, no.
What
May's just
was
problematic. May's just problematic in general.
Yes.
May.
But this coven. Listen, I'm not giving them any credit until they actually say something about it. The fact that they did not establish what the Jedi's obsession is with these people running around having different ideologies of using the Force or how to use the Force. These witches look like they're minding their own business. They're not.
Yeah, they look like a bunch of hippies.
They're a bunch of hippies on a backwater planet, just minding their own business.
A bunch of God, see, the wrong type of people are watching Star Wars, and they're gonna be like, "It's a bunch of lesbian Force users." Call the Jedi. Two mothers.
Not in my Jedi.
Not in my Jedi.
Not in my Jedi.
No. They said Yoda would never. Yoda would not. I'm pretty sure Yoda's alive, actually.
Problematic.
Sure
this must not
He
be.
has to be.
He has to be.
He has to be
Yoda's like
alive
900 years old.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So he's definitely gonna show up. But
Is
no,
he?
you're absolutely right, Toasty. They're just there without a care. And I think that's the whole point of the series, is to show that the Jedi are not perfect, nor are they probably. I don't know. It's like I think it's a show that is trying to establish this idea that
the Jedi are not all good. It's
overall thematically, that power is where you believe it resides, and right now, many people believe it resides with the Jedi, and that can be dangerous, and that can be problematic. Yes. There are probably children all over. And the way they came at it too, the mothers were like, "We're not going to let you take our children." Whoa. The Jedi don't take children. We don't do that. They do. They do that.
Yeah.
He literally
That's the
followed the next thing by saying, "Would you like to become a Jedi, child?" What are you doing?
Actually, here's a better question. How does the little girl even know what a Jedi is?
Who taught her
How are they
that?
taught about the Jedi?
I think that
Why
book,
would they teach them? Why would they teach them about the Jedi? When you're trying to indoctrinate a kid into a religion or a cult, you don't teach them about other cult. You just say this bad.
Actually, yeah. Why does she
unless-
know about the Jedi?
Unless you teach them that the Jedi are bad. That
I mean, yeah, you can, but you don't give detail because you don't want them to question your idea.
Right.
Like, for example, if let's say for whatever reason you have two religious groups, I don't know, Hinduism and Christianity. If you're gonna teach your kid Christianity is the way, Hinduism is bad, you don't go around telling them about everything about Hinduism. You just say these people are horrible, and you leave it as this. Yet the girl says, "I want to be a Jedi." How do you know what the hell a Jedi is?
the Jedi
How
are
do you know?
good.
The Jedi are good. Like, how do you know?
I'm taking they don't live under a rock, and I get that from.
They literally do. They live in
Well, I mean, this
literally
mother.
under a rock. Literally under a rock. by the way.
Actually, yeah, that rock formation.
This mother right here, I forgot her name.
Of course.
Played by.
I called her Mama.
Okay, let's call her Mama.
I
Mama,
call it BM, black mom, and then
Sure.
WM, white mom.
sure. Mama seems to be open to the idea of them kind of defining the world for Mother Anastasia. Mother Anastasia, that is her
Oh
name.
God, I'm not gonna remember that. but-
We're not.
She seems to be team make the decisions for yourself. Teach them about the world. But they got to come to their own decisions. That's how I take she's viewing this. And then you have Mother Coral, who's over like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Remember what the Jedi did to us? Here's what we know about this witch coven. They were exiled.
Persecuted.
Persecuted. And we don't even know by who. We don't even know if it's by other covens. Well, whether other covens said.
Was it by the Jedi themselves?
I thought it was by the Jedi.
They make it.
Or was it by the Republic?
I guess, yeah. I feel like it was the Republic, but they used the Jedi as like their police force to enforce their ideology. They didn't say the Jedi did this, but I feel like given the context of how this episode was presented, they made it seem like it was the Jedi without saying it was the Jedi.
But then that leads to a better question. Why, if she believed that everyone can make their own decision, why did she seclude everyone to this random barren planet instead of still living in a metropolitan city? That way the kids get to interact with other people. Because she keeps saying, oh yeah, you have your own choice. Yeah, you have your own choice to go where? They didn't have a spaceship, as far as we know. So the girls were not even allowed to leave the fortress, even though... Make your own choice to do what exactly?
No,
What was this?
You can go wherever you want. Maybe like a couple of feet over there.
Puts them in a cage.
Exactly.
The fact that they call it a fortress is important too, because what is a fortress meant to do? It's supposed to keep people out.
Yeah, what was that?
That didn't do a good job, apparently.
Yeah, apparently the Jedi cut the platform.
Yeah, they just
They
walked
just
in.
walked right in. Yeah.
No, and it's like we come in. I love it. It's like we come in peace. Yeah, you just like barged into our.
They kicked down the front door.
Our freaking home, but you come in peace. What is this?
I the Jedi are not like doing good for themselves right now. Goodness too, and gosh, there was another bit that was like off-putting. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. It's interesting how the biggest law is that not that you can't have other sects of force wielders, but you specifically cannot train children.
That seemed to be the big problem.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem, right?
Right.
And it was like, hey, we'll let you have your current members. Once you all die out, that's it though. There ain't no passing on your teachings, your wisdom.
There's only the Jedi way.
Right. And it was like, once y'all are gone, we're gonna burn your whole library down. That's the vibes I was getting.
It's more of a smart tactic. Historically speaking, countries have done that where they say they take the children away from the parents, because if they're not allowed to train their children, that means they can't pass on their way. They have to
Right.
wait for the kids to grow to be an adult, and by the time the kids become an adult, they might change their mind. But at the same time, I feel like it's a waste of time. Why allow them to live? Just wipe them out already. There's like 20 of them.
They're
Why
trying
play
to
the
be
game?
peaceful. They're trying to be peaceful.
Peaceful.
By taking away your children.
Instead of a quick death, it's a slow one.
They're not trying to
Yeah,
be
it's a slow
ethical. They're just trying to be peaceful. You
Well,
can be-
their whole thing was that if they kill the Jedi, the Republic's gonna send like an entire battalion
Gunships.
to the yeah. That was their whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah.
they're trying to kill, like truly eradicate from existence an ideology.
Yeah.
And it's and I think this goes along well with like what they Jesus, I drew a blank on the bad twin. What's her name? I
Oh,
May.
May.
Osha.
May.
No,
So-
just the
Osha.
good one, Toasty.
Yeah,
Never
so
mind.
that her master in the future, present day, like tells her, it's like, yeah, you have to kill the idea. So it's like that, kind of like trying to use what the Jedi are doing kind of against them, killing the idea. Like the Jedi are killing the idea of any other way or philosophy of the Force that is not theirs, via like a peaceful way to not to not raise any alarms. But it's like, yeah, slowly but surely they're eradicating ideologies, ways
The
of
Jedi are like communists. It's our way or no way.
yeah.
Potentially.
It's my way or the highway. It's like, yeah, you can live, but like, give me your children. You can't pass on your ideas, and eventually your ideas will fade out of existence.
It's assimilation.
Yeah.
Yeah. They hope to assimilate. And see, and y'all said you don't like this episode. All this shit is good. This is good.
No.
This
That's us making
doesn't take
assumption.
away from the crap of the episode. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
saying that the episode was full, like, 100% trash. There are some good things. Like, in everything, you can find something good and something somewhat interesting. But overall, this episode didn't need to happen. You could put this as like mini flashbacks in many different episodes, leaving a true trail of breadcrumbs for you to form your opinion on the Jedi. Right now, you just dumped a huge amount of exposition on us, and it's like, okay, so like, what are you gonna do now? It's like, I imagine
Well.
they're gonna show like a different vantage point of like the fire, and that's it. But you could have just been longitudinally, little by little, feeding the viewer what you want to feed the viewer, and then giving it.
Wow.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the Jedi still killed the sisters. Because I refuse to believe that little girl.
Whoa. That's a heavy accusation.
That's an
That's
accusation.
Come on.
That
Y'all
that's
want
a
to believe that
heavy-
little girl killed all of them?
Whoa.
Actually,
Let's-
well, hold on. That Jedi that drank that poison from last week's episode, Tarbin, he felt
Oh,
really guilty about whatever he did and the Jedi did all those years ago.
Whoa.
I'm just saying it's not too far fetched.
That's a big accusation. Let's hold up. Let's dial it
If
back.
it looks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, and it walks like a duck, it's a king duck.
It could be a goose.
It's like,
It's not a
come on.
chicken.
Let's dial it back some. Here, let's talk about this. Let's talk about their version of the Force, which is called the Thread.
Which was just as thin as this episode, but yes, continue.
Wow. Wow. I'm
I
just
like it.
saying. So Dr. Jace brought up the term magic earlier, which
Yeah.
Magic with a
The-
K.
correct. However, the witches of Dathomir, to my remembrance, they called it magic.
Right.
However, but
Yeah.
they never called it the thread.
No,
know.
not to my
So, like,
knowledge.
the thread is new.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
in
we
my-
also, I don't think we ever saw witches of Dathomir use the Force like in regular ways, like Force push.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
what
Then I have.
right. They just were doing the green stuff.
Yeah, the
And-
illusion.
Right. And so this is interesting to me. I feel we don't see that much in Star Wars. And it just really kind of plays to this idea that, there's different interpretations because anybody who watches Star Wars who just watches the movies will only know the Force. Versus, you know, the expanded material is quite expansive, and there are other perspectives out there. So I like this. I like the thread, and did I write down some silly quote they said about the thread?
That's cool, but when you do nothing with it, that's what happens.
Oh.
It's the idea. It's the idea.
You like
You're not a
ideas.
fan of the execution. I'm a fan of ideas. Okay, I'm an ideas guy. All right.
You need to execute those ideas correctly to make a change, to make something.
I don't think it was executed incorrectly. I think it's a story. It's a thread. You're being threaded along.
Yeah, it's as thin as a thread, but it's like, let's continue going.
All right. What about the ascension? Ooh, the big ritual. May and Osha have the ascension.
I thought it was
That
gonna
would
be
be cool if we learned what it was.
Yeah, what is
would
she
be cool.
doing?
Yeah.
I feel that was intentional.
No, it wasn't. No,
It was intentionally weak.
this was our
yes.
chance to learn. Like, this episode was genuinely like them trying to teach us this new cult idea of the Force. And I know for a fact they're not gonna come back and explain any of that nonsense. And you better be ready to admit when this season ends on episode 6 or 8 or whenever it does, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna be like, did you remember when they finally explained what the ascension was?
The excuse is gonna be season 2, guys. Season 2.
You gotta wait for season 2. I hated that. It was interesting.
Yeah,
but
was.
that's it. That's it.
They just gloss over it. They gloss over it, and then they lose track of or focus on what actually would be unique and interesting. It's like you're presenting a new way of visualizing the Force. You're like, and that in itself, okay, that's cool. Tell me more. Oh, by the way, look, the Jedi arrived.
The Jedi showed up. They ruined everything.
I'm telling you.
Blame the Jedi, not the writers.
Wait, who wrote the Jedi in here? Who wrote this whole sequence? I promise you, the next time and the only time you're ever gonna get more clarification with this flashback is May's perspective on what the hell happened when she tried killing her sister with that weird fire thing.
But yes.
And that's it. That's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get with another flashback scene.
I think we'll get some more because we also need to know what Mother, what's her name?
Mama?
No, not
Oh.
Mama.
The black or the white one?
The white one.
WM.
Darth Maul? Oh.
Mother Coral.
Mother Coral.
Mother Coral. One, Dr. Jason and I talked about this with the idea of twins, born of the Force or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars loves their twins. We saw it in Visions, Old Republic.
Which did it better?
Toasty, you need to get off.
You played that one?
No, he just
No, I
watched the
watched the
trailer
scene.
and is obsessed with it. Every time we watch something Star Wars, he's like, why don't they do something with the twins from Old Republic?
It's good.
Man. So, Osha and May apparently are not of natural birth.
Right.
Yeah,
it
like they
sounds
don't have a father.
Well, they don't have a father.
Sounds similar.
It does sound similar to our boy,
Anakin.
little Annie.
But
Sounds just
ew.
like him. He didn't have a father.
Well, in this one, they kind of implied that there was some like direct manipulation from
Correct.
But it was
Mama.
Yes.
magic.
Yeah.
So like again, I'm not gonna say the names. WM carried the baby. BM
Yeah.
created the baby. That's pretty much what happened.
Oh yeah, that's what
But
they said.
of course,
Yeah.
they say they don't know what you did to create them, and we'll never know.
Oh, I think we will know.
I
It
think
sounds-
that one we
it sounds-
maybe.
We might, but it's not gonna be until the last episode.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
disappointing.
well,
Disappointing.
Magic.
It sounds like a taboo. It sounds like human transmutation from
You know what is taboo? Taking away people's kids.
I mean, yeah, that's problematic as well, but You know, I don't think they want people.
When they created those twins, the law of equivalent exchange. That's basically what.
Whoa, actually, now that you mention
yeah,
it,
that'd be cool.
Oh, is that maybe what they needed to create the kids?
but potentially,
Maybe it's the
I mean,
law of equivalent exchange.
I feel that's
The
different.
absolute law of alchemy.
I feel that be interesting, cool, different kind of thing in Star Wars. Not only that, there was something else with this. I'm sure they don't want a bunch of Force users making children when they're not supposed to be training children, obviously. So, you know, if they got success with these two, you know, again, we don't know what has to go into the process, but
Jedi
you know, it
are
could
very
be.
problematic.
Yes, right. The Jedi could look at that and be like, I know we're bad, but that's worse. Get your sabers, boys. We gotta stop that. We
Quote
got.
unquote, only a Sith deals in extremes.
I think
Absolutes.
if anything, this show's gonna reveal that the Jedi are also very extremists.
Yeah.
If this whole show is to highlight how extreme the Jedi are and how, you know, hypocritical they are, I'm with it, because so far I'm getting it. The witches are cool too. They did that little thing. They turned Tarbin's eyes black. I don't know what the heck that was.
You'll never know either.
You'll never know, dude.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You're
Come on,
not.
man.
You're not gonna explain that. They're not gonna
Or,
explain
what's
that.
Gonna happen? No, what's gonna happen is the twin that survived is gonna find out one book that survived the fire that's gonna teach her all the black magic of the coven. And then she's gonna explain it to the good sister. She might have another book because she burned her sister's book.
What was in that book again?
I don't know.
I don't know what that book was. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
like, I drawings. Some of them were drawings.
Okay.
But like we don't get details of like what else was in the book.
May.
No.
I know May's a child, but she was being kind of dumb in this. Where she wanted to kill her sister for wanting to join the Jedi.
Her sister wanted to betray her.
No one can.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
and that is great, and that is
Let me kill her.
perfect logic to kill her. Like, hey,
Correct.
I know she's a child, but I'm pretty sure you go to an 8-year-old kid and like their sister, whatever, they'll likely hit their brother or sister. They're not gonna try to kill their brother or sister.
It's the Ascension.
Osha.
It's the Ascension. It warped her
Osha.
mind.
Osha was playing around during their training. She was being a little baby during the Ascension, and she revealed herself to the Jedi. I stand with May.
That Wookiee
problematic.
smelled those kids from the corner. He's like,
Say it like that, man. Come on.
you have him in your background, Toasty. Look at him, like the holes in his eyes. Look at him. Those are soulless. Jesus. All you see is like a black depth. Absolutely not. That's scary.
I stand with May. I would have been mad at
Yeah,
my
like,
sibling
okay,
as well.
You would
get
have tried
that
to
you're
kill
mad.
your sibling?
But to kill
I
your
didn't
sibling?
say that.
You said you stand with her. What do you mean? What else does that
Stand with her.
mean?
You said
I
you
don't think she
stand with
tried
her.
to. I don't think she tried to kill Osha. I think
She
just
said,
tried
I'm gonna
to
kill
scare-
you. What are you talking about?
And
think
set
she tried-
a fire.
And set a
think she was-
fire.
I think she was just trying to scare her, give her a little scare.
No,
Get her-
no,
get her mind
you're
right.
you're playing devil's advocate. Shut up. Shut up. You do not think that.
No, okay. Well, this was the fire that wiped out the witches, and yes, we all can agree they
Actually-
purposefully. Oh, go ahead.
The fire didn't wipe them out because remember when they were running away, they were already dead.
Quotes.
Yeah,
Look at my air
yeah.
quotes.
Yeah.
Quotes.
For now, we're to believe from Osha's perspective, the fire
But yeah,
killed
but
all the
not
witches.
only Osha's
So
perspective.
Grandmaster,
The Jedi,
really
or at least
think-
Soul's perspective as well.
You really think that May and the fire killed them? Like, it's obvious that the Jedi did.
Quotes.
Yeah.
I'm looking through Osha's eyes. Osha's eyes. Look at that.
Gross.
And what she's being fed this lie. It's clear as day a lie. Yeah, right. What did they all? What did the fire start? They got one whiff of the smoke and died.
It's that ascension magic. It's you can't be
Well,
inhaling
like,
smoke.
Instead of the witch from Wizard of Oz that water kills them, like these, it's like smoke. Ah! And they just die.
Can't breathe, dead.
I don't know what books OSHA's reading, but clearly these books don't teach her a damn thing. That's not how fire works.
It reminds me of that bronchitis meme. Oh my Jesus, I heard a fire. I got bronchitis.
That's mean as fuck. But yes, Soul is clearly in on this lie. Whatever this lie is.
You think he's in on it too?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know. I feel like he's genuine. He doesn't seem to. I mean, I don't know.
Dumbass, but he's still.
I feel like he's dumb. Like he's being naive to what his colleagues probably took part in. I don't feel like he's too shady.
I think he is part of it, but he really thinks he's doing something like right. I don't know.
I think he's trying to redeem himself by taking on OSHA, taking the burden off of her mind. And, you know, previous episode, he was like, you have to let it go. You know, it's like he wants her to really move on. You know, what does Kylo Ren say? He says, bury the past. Kill it if you have to. It sounds like what Soul's trying to do. He's really just trying to bury this. Whatever transpired, OSHA can't know.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get that episode that shows the other perspective of that.
Yeah, for sure. But you're not gonna get an explanation on the black eye thing, the black eye magic. You're not gonna get an explanation on the what the High Republic's order is against magic users.
I'm not gonna lie, like
the
black eye is like it was like very similar to The Witcher.
Who?
Like you know, like when he takes like the little potion or whatever, and he goes into Witcher mode, like the series with Henry Cavill. Basically, it looked just like that. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck are they doing here. But
I just assumed he was being possessed for a while. That's it.
Yeah.
And you know that would be great. Another thing that you can do with the Force, you can possess people. But you know what? They didn't do it. They again, everything is half-assed. Everything is halfway through.
I'm gonna say this.
And
I said this about,
you know, this is not a Star Wars problem. This is not a Marvel problem. This is a Disney problem when it comes to these shows. They half-ass everything.
All right, listen. You gotta. We can't put.
Don't insult Disney in front of the Disney man.
No. I know people like to say this is Disney Star Wars. That's the reason why it's bad. You just gotta blame the writers. They're great ideas.
Disney's the one.
Well, who's the one hiring them?
Listen,
Disney writers.
Listen. Disney ain't hiring. This Lucasfilm first before Disney.
Wait, but Lucasfilm is like owned by Disney. Therefore,
Disney's distributing. I'm telling you right now, Disney is distributing first before they are in that producer's room. Okay, you can blame the writers. Disney ain't. I understand it's under the Disney tentpole, but it just starts with the writing. They have good ideas. We have talked about the good ideas. We could probably craft a better executed on these good ideas. It's just the execution is the problem.
But again, it's like many people have amazing ideas. Many people
right, but I don't think if you take.
But if you don't know how to put those ideas and make them and actually make them make sense, the idea is useless.
I mean, I'm not making sense. Everything makes sense to me. I'm not over here clueless. I see what they're doing. I understand what they're doing. Whether or not I'm truly entertained is the problem. But I don't think if you take the Acolyte with the same writing staff and the same showrunners and put it on Amazon, would you have a better show? I think it'd still be the same show. That's why I say it doesn't matter that Disney's doing it. It's all about your staff and whatnot.
Well,
but
we see this trend in a lot of Disney Plus shows.
No.
There's a common factor.
I disagree. I disagree because I don't even watch any other Disney Plus shows other than Marvel. Percy Jackson.
Yeah,
and Star Wars.
So yeah,
And Lion
that's
Guard
why-
is not Disney Plus. Lion Guard is Playhouse Disney.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned like Marvel, like half-assed stuff. Everything is half-assed.
So
Again,
what do
I'm
you
not gonna
recommend? They
loop
fire
it.
all of them.
I'm not gonna tempt pull it and say it's Disney's fault. I'm gonna say
No,
it's
I'm saying
clearly
that
just-
I'm not saying it's all their fault. I'm saying they have a part in it.
I don't think they have a part. It starts with the writers. It just starts with
No,
the
but you
writers.
see, I disagree because I believe Disney, as the company that owns everything, should have had somebody supervising these obvious idiots in their
That's-
writing skills.
That's the studio
And,
interference
I mean-
that we always talk about.
It is, but studio interference is good when you have just, again, a couple of idiots who don't know how to write.
When you have quality
Like-
control.
Yes, you need to have some kind of quality control. You can't just let them go free. It's a zoo, and now we're seeing the effect of that zoo. Like,
Listen, you're not
they're
on
just
the
throwing shit at the wall and
Make-
saying, "Let's see what stick, guys." Let's go.
Listen. You can't counter his point unless you make an equivalent analogy. Okay.
Listen, all I gotta say is this: it's not Disney who needs to come in and monitor what's going on. You need someone like Dave Filoni who truly understands Star
Dave
Wars.
Filoni, the savior
Yes!
of Star Wars.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes, and it's okay to call him that.
Dave Filoni.
So you're gonna sit here and try to tell me Dave Filoni hasn't done great?
Bring
in Star
John
Wars?
Favreau. Bring him back.
I didn't say John Favreau. I said Dave Filoni. I said Dave.
Kevin
Filoni.
Feige, where are you?
Listen, you cannot deny Dave Filoni. If Dave Filoni was overseeing this show, I think you have a winner. If he was overseeing
Then,
Obi-Wan,
then why
Maybe
did
he
you
did
would have had
try.
a winner.
Maybe
Huh?
he did try, and then he saw the shit show and said, "You know what? I'm out."
He's like, you know what? Y'all have your fun. Y'all have your fun.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's more of they want to try other people, which I understand. They want to spread the creativity. But
They should want to hire some better quality writers.
No, exactly. You need
who you need to oversee is Dave Filoni, and I think his name is Tony Gilroy. He's the guy that does Rogue One and Andor. They haven't missed. Those guys haven't missed.
I don't know. I still don't. I don't think you can make a snowman out of shit, and that's what you're trying to do right now. Like it doesn't matter.
I don't think it starts out as a shitty snowman. I think it starts out as a snowman. But then I don't know. You're trying to make a snowman in the middle of the summer. Of course, it's gonna melt.
Unless it's shit, and now we're just forced to look at it. Like we are
And
right
then the
now.
sun hits it and it smells.
I guess. But if Dave Filoni was rolling that snowman, I guarantee, or if he was helping roll that snowman, I think we'd be okay.
Yo, I'm pretty sure the Wookiee behind Toasty was smelling the shit that this show was, and that's why they found the kids.
Yep.
Sure. This episode doesn't really give us much to anticipate for episode 4. I
nothing.
think they're heading to Kelnaka, actually, speaking of the Wookiee.
Oh, yeah.
We still don't know anything about May's master and when he comes into all this. Or
Actually,
I guarantee you the reveal is gonna happen 15-20 minutes before the end of the last episode, or at the end of the 7th episode, because there are 8 episodes in this show. That's gonna be the reveal. The reveal is gonna be halfway through the finale, or it's gonna be at the end of the 7th episode.
I'm fine with that if it's good.
Who do you
No,
think the whoever that red lightsaber person is, do you think it's someone that we know so far? Because they have a mask, and it's like if you have a mask, it's implied to hide your identity and be a big reveal when you eventually do take it off.
it's gonna be the rookie right here.
It's gonna be the
No.
Wookiee.
Too tall. Too tall.
It's Mama.
No,
Ooh, could it be Mama?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
we would need to go
It
back.
could
and
be
make sure
Mama.
they'll survive.
That'd be wild
Yeah.
if it was.
Which mama?
Either one,
Mama, Mama.
That's Mother.
The black one.
That's Mother. That's Queen Mother.
Yeah.
Let's
Actually, how many Jedi were there in the temple? 4, right?
Four.
stop. 4. Yeah.
So we already killed 2 of them. So we have half of them left.
Killed 2 of them. We don't know what he really drank.
No, he died, didn't he?
No, he died.
It was.
You watched the episode, right?
So there's not a single poison in the world that makes your heart beat so slow that
What
it
are you-
looks like you're dead.
what are you
I've
doing?
seen that
No,
in many
like-
pieces of fiction.
No, like OSHA literally said, this poison, we used to use it in our home world. And you have to make it and use it fast. She said it.
I'm just
We know
saying.
a poison.
This is not Romeo and
Right,
Juliet.
because that poison was introduced, so I can't imagine there wasn't a remedy that can't be introduced later on too. I'm just saying possibilities are open. It's called pulling the rug. It's called pulling the rug.
No, that poison was introduced so that OSHA could see like the only person that can know how to make this poison is someone from my world, and that means it's my sister.
I'm here. I'm here with you, but that also means if there is an antidote or something very similar to that poison that they want to introduce, I'm saying they can.
They
I'm
would not
saying-
know
Oh
though.
wait, there's
They
a
would-
cure.
There wouldn't be a cure because you would need to have like past experiences with the poison. But she said
Or
that
one
it's a
of the
poison,
sisters.
right?
What I am saying
Yeah.
is there's so much that they're introducing here is that they can continuously introduce more to fit the plot, which is why I'm not leaving anything off the table.
Right.
Somebody
So they
dies from poison.
So they can
I ain't
just
buying it.
create plot armor. That's pretty much what they're
Not
doing.
Die
plot
from
armor.
poison.
Plot armor is to
It's like,
When has
armor is-
poison ever worked on anyone before?
like, who
plot
needs
armor.
Who
This
needs
isn't
the
plot
force?
armor though.
Who needs the force when you got plot armor?
That's not plot armor. Plot armor is to keep somebody alive. This is to whatchamacallit.
Oh,
Keep them
so,
alive.
Pull the
so the
rug.
person's dead.
But like the antidote will be, I don't know,
No,
keep them
plot
alive.
armor is why someone always lives, not why someone comes back to life.
Wait,
This is not plot armor. Plot armor is for characters like main characters. This is not plot armor.
I'm not. But where did I say that they were gonna bring someone back to life?
I'm saying he's could be alive.
I think you're
Oh my
confused.
God.
I'm not confused. You don't use plot armor for a character.
I don't think you
like
watched the
this.
episode.
I did watch the episode.
Let's rewatch
What
it.
I am saying is you can't leave everything off the table, which I refuse to because they can do what they will.
Do not
makes
put
sense.
this man in the writer's room.
I'm not asking to be in the right.
It would improve the writing at least.
I think it would, but I'm not. Again, if this show wants to continuously introduce things and not further explain it, I thoroughly believe they can introduce a poison that is not actually a poison.
Hmm. Hmm.
So why would she kill the first person but not the second?
Oh, if he's the guy,
She's been
Oh,
killing
like
people.
the mask
Hmm.
guy.
Oh,
Throws
you're
everybody
saying
off
that
the
when he
set.
got possessed, he was.
Oh, I didn't
influenced to
even
become
think about
bad.
that, but that could be a thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
When he got possessed
the
way back
Padawan.
when.
Yeah, when the Padawan got possessed, maybe he got infected and his mind got twisted. He
No,
became
no, no, no.
evil
But
or
the Padawan is the one that had like the force field. That's the Padawan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's-
yeah.
wait,
That was
that-
him.
Yeah,
That's
that's
him.
him.
From
That's him.
episode 2, the guy that had the wall of the
like-
force when he was
The
meditating.
10 years of silence.
Yeah, that was the one that drank the poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
so that's what.
the one
Grandmaster
that got
was saying.
possessed. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, no, that's what Grandmaster was saying. He was saying that maybe when he got possessed, maybe he became evil somehow. You know, like
Or maybe she
Oh.
embedded a bit of herself in him.
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh my.
Because again, we don't know what happened. Except he couldn't breathe.
Could he not breathe?
Yeah, he
No,
was
he could
definitely
breathe.
choking. I'm pretty sure he was choking. Like she said, I'll release him.
I thought it was just he
When-
was possessed.
Yeah,
I don't-
possessed.
I think he wasn't breathing because he was possessed.
Why? Why would you
What do you
assume that?
mean? Go back and look at the scene. He's dying in that moment.
I thought he was just dying from being possessed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he was choking from that moment.
Why? So
You see,
so
this
so
is when
so
you
they
have
won't
bad
do a
writing.
force
Oh
choke. So
my
wait a minute. To choke him, they don't want to do a force choke that's been in the series since like the
No, because
70s.
you can stop a
But-
force choke.
but-
you can stop a force choke.
How do you stop a force choke? Tell me how you
by
stop it.
Hitting that person.
Tell me when that's happened.
What do you mean? You just gotta stop the
Tell
person.
me when Darth Vader was about to use a force choke on someone, and someone force pushed him away before he could do it.
Step to Darth Vader.
Exactly.
Go back and, I'm about to pull up
Exactly.
that scene right now. No, he cannot breathe in that moment.
I think he's just possessed. I think you're overthinking.
I think it's
You
a
really
little
want
more.
this episode to be good. You really want it to be good.
I think
This is
I
like
clearly.
this-
I think
How much
it's
is
a little
Disney
more.
paying you?
Dr. J.
I think it's a little more.
This is Star Wars Ant-Man for Grandmaster.
It has nothing to do with that. I just think y'all need to look at some of the bigger picture. Again, I'm not saying this is
The connectivity.
10 out of 10. I'm just saying I see a bigger picture here. I see what they're doing. You gotta let them cook for a bit.
Oof, though, that like I don't like what they're cooking. Like it smells
Exactly.
like shit.
Put
it
some
tastes like
seasoning
shit.
on there.
Listen, that's all right. If you want
Those
to
are
think
some rotten
that,
scrambled eggs right there.
They
You
only
wanna
put
think that,
salt
then
and pepper.
you
Put some
in- You in
adobo.
for a bad time. You in for? I'm
No, there
I'm
ain't
here.
no adobo. Don't soil the name of adobo with this show.
I'm telling you right now. This show is doing. This episode did a better job than the first three. Okay, he is gasping for air.
Because he's
I literally pulled up the
possessed.
scene. He is gasping for air, which means he cannot breathe. Thank
So
you.
they watched their Padawan get choked, and they were like, "Oh, that's cool."
I don't think they knew what to do.
Why didn't they attack the person that was?
Yeah,
I don't even think they
Force
knew
push.
which person
they
was
could have
doing
used
that.
force push.
Do it on
They
all
could've
of
used
them.
You tell me
Yes.
who was doing it. Who was doing it?
Do it on. They're all standing right in front of them. Just do it on all of them.
Actually, wasn't it the mom that turned around and she looked at the Padawan and say, "I will release him if you go"?
Oh.
I'm trying to see now, but what they come in here for? To be peaceful. So I don't think they're.
Who
gonna try
drew
to
the
show
first
aggression.
sword? Who drew the first sword?
Peaceful. Let me lower the freaking. Let me cut the chains to lower the bridge or the gate. It's like, hey, I'm here for peace, but I'm barging into your freaking
We're
fortress.
Yes,
we
next
come
time
in
somebody breaks
peace.
into your house. And
Yeah,
say,
they-
"I'm here
they
for
come in
food."
peace.
Be like, "Yeah, it's cool."
We come in peace, and we're not after your
They
kids.
come in peace. Like they have a gun. They like kick down your door. Hey, I come in peace, man.
I'm taking away your PlayStation, but I'm taking it away peacefully.
It's Jedi brutality.
They didn't take away anything in that scene, but it's definitely
They
mother.
took away the kids.
It took.
Yeah.
Not in that scene. They didn't take away anybody.
The fact that he held his hand out to say, "Come with me to join the Jedi."
Yes,
Would you
so-
like to be a Jedi?
And she did not go. They didn't take her.
The fact that she even entertained it.
That who? The mother?
No, OSHA.
She wants to be a Jedi.
It doesn't matter.
Yep. She's a kid. She doesn't know what she wants.
Mother said she can explore.
And
Yeah,
and look what
No.
happened. Now they're all dead.
That ain't
Exactly.
mother's fault.
No,
That's May's fault.
they just sniffed up some smoke and they just died.
That ain't mother's fault.
They just.
That's- That's May's fault.
Ain't nobody got
Wait,
time for
what?
that. What
my
else?
God, blaming a child for the
Should be.
massacre.
I didn't blame her for the massacre. I just said she started the fire.
Terrible.
She's Billy
Did she
Joel.
know?
She definitely started that fire.
Hey, for all we know, she burned the bug with somebody else
Yeah.
when she left.
Funny
This-
enough,
Made the
This
That's
barrier
this is
what-
from
Yo, like-
OSHA's perspective.
that's
Yo,
what.
so
That's
we don't-
what.
OSHA, Sasuke,
that-
and May is Itachi. It's as simple.
That
as-
is what
That's
Apex
free, bro.
said. Apex said.
This is what's going on
I don't
now.
think she continued the fire or spread the fire. That somebody else did it. Could be. I don't throw anything off the table because who knows?
No, I'm just saying. This is based like OSHA, Sasuke, May is Itachi. OSHA hates May because she thinks that May, Itachi, killed her entire family. And then we're going to get another reveal being Toby or Obito telling you, oh, by the way, May didn't do anything. It was this. That's basically.
Actually,
Wow, you
literally
know
what's
what?
Naruto?
The masked
and the
Sith,
mask
the
is
Sith, that's
is
the-
literally Obito, right?
right.
Oh,
It's
snap.
Toby.
To be dead. this
So
entire
he's gonna
time.
reveal to everyone at some point that yes, May did not
They were
do
probably
anything.
watching Naruto together in the office. They're like, "This is a good idea."
actually, hey,
Yo,
nothing in this world.
What
is
they did
original.
there? Give him a lightsaber.
Write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
Nothing in this world is original.
Oh man, this is gonna be funny. I can't wait.
That could be it. That could be
I
it.
can't wait for the
I'm
last
just saying.
episode.
Then that
Wow, and
that means
actually-
that the masked Sith guy, if he's a Sith, that has to be someone we know. For the shock to hit when the mask comes
That we
off.
thought
Yeah.
was dead.
Could be. And also that makes the witches the Uchiha clan.
No, I'm telling you, the twist is gonna be Son or whatever. the
Actually,
H-
yeah,
H
no, they
is.
are, because they're being persecuted for their abilities / powers, the way they oh my god, this is just
They're the Uchihas.
this is just
The
Naruto.
Uchihas.
Oh god. Oh my goodness. You know what? We called it. It's here. You heard it here first.
There it is. We'll take
Wow. Unbelievable.
it. All right.
Give the Uchiha lightsabers. That's it. We got ourselves a show.
Well, funny enough, they did when they possessed him, his eyes turned black as if he's under a genjutsu as well.
Wow.
Oh my
And it was
God.
his eyes, you know, because like Sharingan.
Yeah.
Wow.
It kind of works.
Quality writing, top tier.
I'm telling you,
Thank
they're,
Kishimoto.
they're going to get a Susanoo. Watch.
No, like the next thing we're gonna see is Force Flames, Amaterasu. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
The flames. The
We just saw the
flames.
Which
fire.
happened in this episode?
Oh my god. The flames that burned down the oh no, we found it. We found it.
Yeah.
This is
All right.
literally This is literally the Uchiha clan massacre.
Unbelievable.
We need to cut this here. We are cooking. We need to stop right now.
And by that
Let's end-
logic, remember the Jedi or the Leaf Village is responsible. So
Correct.
remember that.
And they try to
Correct.
cover it up. They try to cover
They
it
tried
up
to
like the
cover it
leaf.
up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a bunch of anime nerd writing this episode, but without skills.
It very much could be. Nothing's original.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
All right. I think that's it for us. I don't think we did scores last time, but I'm excited to see what happens next.
Oh, you're excited.
Yes,
Mm.
we talked some good stuff here.
Mm.
I'm excited to see what they do with
No,
it.
I
And-
agree with him.
Yeah.
We should all be excited because we had nothing this episode, so they can only go up.
It's like,
Well, if you
it's
think
like you
nothing
can't
happened,
get
they
worse.
still gave you ideas. So from here, you should be excited. But should they not expand upon them, you'll be disappointed.
No, like I
Ow.
think the only way that this can disappoint more is if they just give us a rehash of episode 2. It's like, you know what anime does?
Oh
They do
my
like this,
God.
there's like episode 2.5 and it's just like a recap of the entire season.
Yes, they could do that.
Literally.
Or it
They're
could
not
be a
they're,
filler
they're not gonna
episode.
do that.
They're not gonna
Oh,
do
it could be
that.
a filler episode. They land on the planet and they have the girl explore the store, doing other stuff, slice of life stuff, and we're like, "Hello, Jedi's are getting killed." No. We must have coffee and we must discuss life.
That's-
Y'all
Got it.
letting the Naruto tie-in sway you too
Yes.
much.
That's the Naruto filler arc right now coming
No,
up.
let it go. It's 8 episodes, not 800. They don't got time for that.
I guess.
All right.
But I give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
As if that wasn't
Um,
obvious. But sure.
What
Thank
would you give it? An 8 out of 10?
I know.
I get it. Can I answer?
I asked. Go ahead.
It's a 7 for me.
Wow.
Oh, the passing grade.
Yeah, last week I don't think passed for me. So this is a major improvement
You did
for
an
me.
excellent
I
job.
can't give it a rating because I fell asleep and got distracted so much. So it wouldn't be fair.
That's all right.
Because it was boring.
That's all right.
And
I'll
trash.
tell you, I was way more engaged here than I was the first 2 episodes, and they had action sequences that were good. So that's me.
I'm just kind of in the same boat as where I was with the first 2 episodes. I don't think it's significantly worse than the first 2 because I mean the first 2 were they're just there.
Come on. This one was worse. At least the first 2, you had some lore, you had some tension going on.
There's
Here,
so
we had
much
a
more.
wolf
You had
creature that saved his
ideas.
bike.
You had
Yeah,
ideas.
you even had some like fight sequences.
You had fight sequences. Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it was a little worse, but like not for me, not by a lot. I still didn't like the episode, but I don't know. It's tough to give it like a rating. I'll save my rating for like the end of the series. I'll give it a rating as a whole. I'm not feeling it. It's 3 episodes in. If you haven't hooked me,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we're watching.
We're watching out of obligation, not out of like, man, this is engaging. I love this.
I don't know who you're obligated to.
Weren't you? Why did you watch the first 2 episodes?
Because I thought the trailers looked great.
Okay, and did you like episode 1 and 2?
No.
Okay, all right, exactly.
It's not out of obligation.
No.
I just gotta finish. I gotta see the finish line.
That's called an obligation to finish.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not obligated to any thing other than my own self intrinsic value.
I guess.
Whatever. All right, that's it from us here at the Yonko table, talking about episode 3 of the Acolyte. I don't even know what the name of this episode was. Destiny. I did not get any destiny.
Like, honestly, if this is what this show is destined to be, oof.
Wow.
Thank you for listening to us on all your various podcast stations, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and thank you for supporting us on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube with Dr. Jace. And of course, goodness, you heard many opinions fly here about the Acolyte. If you want to get into it with some of us, please join the Discord below. We'll gladly get into it with y'all. You could be team me, who's the ever so hopeful, or the rest of these folks led by Dr. Mondo and his spearhead of hatred as we continue down the path of this show. But that is it from us here at the Yonko table. I'm your host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, Dr. JaceAttorney, and Supernovas, Jet Black Toasty, and Dr. Mondo. How shall we close this thing? Oh, I know how should we close this. All right.
All right.
Everybody has to do it. Ready? Repeat
Are you gonna do that dumb
the power
quote?
of 1, the power of 2, the power of many. Everybody together. Ready? Let's try it.
All right,
Power
one.
1,
All right,
power
one.
2, power of many.
Go.
1, the power of 1,
Power of 1.
the power of 2,
The power of many.
many.